Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're the podcast where we really dig into a stack of information, pull out the crucial bits, and get you properly informed fast.
Yeah, helping you cut through the noise.
Exactly. And today, we're tackling a pretty interesting idea. It might even challenge how you've always pictured innovation. We're talking about moving past that, romantic idea of innovation just being a sudden flash of genius or maybe some happy accident.
That's right. For ages, innovation's been seen as this almost mystical thing, right? Spontaneous, unpredictable.
Like catching lightning in a bottle.
Pretty much. But what we're diving into today, based on our source material, this really fascinating chapter called Innovation as a STEM Process, is how that view is fundamentally changing. It's becoming engineered, systematic, definitely STEM-powered.
I like that word, engineered. So our mission here is to give you a shortcut to understanding this huge shift. We'll pull out the surprising facts, the key insights.
And show how it connects to your world.
Right. Whether you're leading a team, building something new, or, heck, just trying to solve tricky problems day to day, we're going to explore how creativity is blending with some serious analytical rigor.
To make innovation predictable, measurable.
Exactly. And strategically vital, which sounds almost counterintuitive for creativity, doesn't it?
It really does. It's a total paradigm shift, a rewrite of the innovation playbook, basically. Forget the lone genius locked away in a lab somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
The core idea we're getting from the source is that innovation has evolved. It's gone from being an art or unpredictable inspiration into what the material calls a disciplined process of exploration, design, and execution.
So that whole myth of the lone genius, you're saying it's really, truly dead. The isolated inventor, the sudden aha moment.
Well, according to this perspective, absolutely. Our deep dive material makes a strong case that modern challenges, think global sustainability, rapid tech shifts, complex customer needs, they demand fast, systematic responses.
You just can't wait for lightning to strike anymore.
Right. Serendipity is, frankly, too slow and way too risky in today's world.
That makes a lot of sense. I mean, if you've got teams spread out everywhere, tackling incredibly complex stuff, you need, engineered processes, right? Transparent ones.
Yeah, processes that coordinate all that diverse talent and those resources effectively. Innovation, seen this way, it stops being this mysterious act and becomes more like an organizational discipline.
Okay, organizational discipline.
Yeah.
So how does a big established company actually do that? How do they implement it?
Well, our source gives us a great opening case study for that. Ping An.
Ping An, the Chinese financial services giant.
The very same. Back in the early 2010s, they were, a traditional powerhouse insurance, banking, investments, but they kind of hit a ceiling.
Markets getting saturated. Digital disruption starting.
Exactly. Their core markets were full, new digital players were popping up, and their old way of developing products was just too slow.
And I'm guessing their answer wasn't just, let's start an R&D department.
Precisely. Ping An went way beyond that. They didn't just tack on R&D, they embedded innovation as an engineered system right into the core of the company.
An engineered system powered by?
Powered by AI, big data, and something they call design logic, which basically means tackling problems with a deep, empathetic understanding of user needs thinking like a designer, but applying it across the whole system.
So instead of just iterating on what they had,
their innovation engine anticipated. It was designed to look ahead.
That's fascinating. Designing the future, not just reacting. How did they actually pull that off? What tools did they use?
Well, they used technology road mapping. Think of it like a strategic GPS for future tech. They used TRZ-based problem solving.
Okay, hold on. TRIZ, you mentioned that. What is that? Quickly.
We'll definitely dive deeper into it, but essentially, TRIZ is a methodology, almost like a scientific formula for solving really tough, seemingly contradictory problems.
Interesting. Okay, so road mapping, TRZ. What else?
Algorithmic forecasting, lots of rapid prototyping, and digital twins to model user experiences before launch.
Digital twins.
Right.
Can you unpack that a bit? What exactly is a digital twin in this context?
Sure. A digital twin is basically a living virtual copy of a physical thing, a product, a system, even a whole process.
So like a simulation.
More than just a simulation. It's dynamic. It updates with real-world data. So Ping An could create a perfect digital clone of, say, a new financial service or a user journey. They could test it, run different scenarios, refine it all in this digital sandbox.
Before spending a dime building it for real.
Exactly. It slashes development time, Their Smide healthcare platform, for instance, that wasn't just a tech add-on, it came directly out of scenario planning and predictive analytics, bringing AI diagnosis to millions.
And all of this built what the source calls a culture of innovation discipline. It wasn't about waiting for inspiration.
Not at all. They scaled innovation using structured systems and these things called stage gate funnels. Every new idea, every initiative had to pass through really rigorous decision gates
Base-based.
based on hard data, user validation, and crucially, alignment with their long-term strategy. It wasn't optional. It was baked into how they operated.
So Ping An's story really does throw that unpredictable geniuses myth out the window. It shows the future of innovation is, well, it's engineering.
By embedding STEM logic everywhere, yeah.
Oh.
They transformed themselves into one of the most tech-forward, strategically agile financial groups globally. It's a really powerful lesson for anyone looking to make innovation more predictable, more scalable.
Even if you're not a massive financial conglomerate.
Right. Which brings us to the core idea. If innovation is becoming this engineered process, it needs building blocks, right? Things to make it repeatable and scalable.
Absolutely. And that's where you see these structured frameworks coming in, things like StageGate, which you just mentioned, or agile methodologies.
Or like the blueprints.
Exactly. They ensure innovation efforts actually line up with strategic goals, with what customers need, and with, resource realities.
Yeah.
Cuts out a lot of the guesswork.
And our source highlights how digital tools turbocharge this. Real-time analytics, predictive modeling, dashboards, simulation software. They bring efficiency, but also transparency. You can see exactly where a project stands.
Right. And it's not just about being efficient, is it? It's also about balance.
That's a key point. Organizations use analytics to juggle two types of projects. You've got those potentially game-changing, exploratory ones aiming for disruptive breakthroughs.
The big swings.
Yeah. And then you have the exploitative initiatives refining existing products, making incremental improvements. Analytics helps you allocate resources intelligently between those two.
So you're not just chasing shiny objects, but also optimizing what works. A data-driven dance, as you said.
It is. And this repeatable process gets a massive boost from STEM tools. Methodologies like TRIZ, design thinking, tech road mapping, they let companies systematically tackle contradictions, speed things up, all based on data.
Talk about data-driven ideation.
Oh, yeah. Think about AI and machine learning spotting unmet customer needs, sometimes before customers even know they have them. Well, take NLP, natural language processing. That's machines reading and understanding human language. Imagine AI sifting through millions of customer reviews online, finding recurring complaints or desires.
Wow. Okay.
And those digital twin models we talked about, plus AI-generated simulations, they let you prototype ideas incredibly quickly. Shortens that whole ideation to market timeline significantly.
It also sounds like it forces collaboration.
It really fosters it. You have engineers, marketers, data scientists all working together, maybe using design thinking frameworks to translate those customer insights into actual technical specs.
And the transparency. Seeing the data in real time must drive accountability, like a shared dashboard for creativity.
It does. And the strategic payoff here is huge. Engineered innovation isn't random. It delivers targeted, sustainable, competitive advantages. It keeps everything aligned with the long-term vision.
Plus better resource allocation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Projects get assessed rigorously with data at each stage. Less waste, better ROI.
Definitely. And interestingly, it even helps with things like sustainability and ESG goals. Companies can proactively build in regulatory changes or societal expectations right from the start, future-proofing, essentially.
And it's a learning system, too.
Yeah.
The feedback loops make it smarter over time.
Exactly. Digital and analytical feedback creates these continuous learning cycles. The more you use the process, the more intelligent it becomes.
Which means innovation leadership itself is changing. It's becoming a core competency, not just a nice-to-have.
Absolutely. Emerging leaders need this whole new toolkit. TRIZ, road mapping, agile, predictive modeling, digital twins, simulation tech.
It's quite a list.
It is.
Yeah.
And beyond tools, they need strong systems thinking, seeing the interconnected ecosystem, not just isolated projects.
So building the toolkit is one thing.
Yeah.
But you also mentioned things like ethical foresight, strategic sensitivity. It's not just about the how, but the why and what for, isn't it?
That's becoming increasingly critical. It's about having the wisdom to guide these powerful technologies responsibly, to ask not just can we build this, but should we build this, and for whose benefit?
Because the impact can be massive and potentially unintended.
Precisely. Leaders have to ensure innovations align with the company's values. with broader societal expectations. It's a huge responsibility.
And to see how this plays out in the real world,
Yeah.
you mentioned some examples.
Yeah, let's look at a few concrete ones. Vicarious surgical. They use anatomical modeling and digital twins for robotic surgery prototyping.
So they're essentially practicing surgery digitally first.
Exactly. Accelerates development, ensures compliance, makes it safer. Really cool stuff.
Okay.
Then you've got Climeworks. They use systematic modeling and scenario planning to figure out the best places to put their carbon capture plants.
Aligning the tech with the climate goals, making it scalable.
Right, making climate solutions predictable. And Decathlon, the sports retailer.
I know them.
They apply Trizeal, that contradiction analysis tool, to develop innovative sports gear. They used it to figure out how to make a tent, I think it was, lighter and more wind resistant, solving that trade-off.
These are great examples of creativity becoming scalable, strategic, predictable when you structure it with STEM.
Yeah, it shows the power of these structured methods, which maybe we should drill down into a bit more. Their strategic edge.
Good idea. Because innovation without some structure can just be chaos. These methods seem to be about translating creativity into actual sustainable advantage.
Exactly. So first up, TRZ again, the theory of inventive problem solving. Our source describes it as systematically tackling those inherent contradictions in innovation challenges.
Using proven inventive principles, taking innovation from chance to logic.
Right. It's like a cheat code for solving problems. You need something stronger and lighter. That's a classic paradox. TRZ gives you a structured way to break it down.
Like the car example, reducing weight without sacrificing safety.
Perfect example. TIZ offers inventive principles like using composites or optimizing the structure itself, guiding you towards solutions instead of just random brainstorming.
And you mentioned it helps both first movers and fast followers. How does that work?
Well, for first movers, the pioneers, TIZ helps them smash through those tough contradictions to create something genuinely new.
Yep.
For fast followers, they can use TIZ to quickly resolve problems the first mover might have encountered, or even just improve on the original design, maybe fix its flaws more efficiently.
And analytics and AI make it even sharper.
Yeah, things like AI-powered patent mining can feed into TIZ, adding real strategic precision.
Okay, next method. Stage gate and innovation funnels. We touched on this with Ping An.
Right. This is about managing the process, systematically taking innovations from idea to launch. Projects get rigorously checked at defined decision gates.
Based on things like strategic fit, market readiness, technical feasibility.
Exactly. And the structure also shapes those first mover versus fast follower decisions. A first mover might use really stringent stage gate criteria, using predictive analytics to forecast market acceptance and risk for their brand new thing.
Whereas a fast follower,
they'd analyze the existing market innovation, maybe use real-time analytics within their stage gate to refine their version quickly, often learning from the pioneer's launch.
Makes sense. Then there's technology road mapping. You called it a strategic GPS earlier.
Yeah, it systematically maps out how technological developments line up with your long-term strategic goals. It's that detailed map for future growth.
Guiding the innovation pathway.
And helping anticipate shifts. Pioneers use it to plot their course. Fast followers use it to track the pioneers and figure out the optimal time to jump in, not too early, not too late.
And again, data analytics and machine learning keep refining the accuracy of these roadmaps.
Constantly. Now, what's really powerful, according to our source, is integrating these methods, combining TRZ, stage gate road mapping with data and analytics.
Multiplier effect.
Exactly. AI-powered analytics, NLP-driven horizon scanning, which is basically scanning the environment for early signals plus digital twins. It systematically optimizes strategic choices, like adding rocket fuel, as you said.
So you get precise predictions, market dynamics, tech feasibility, competitor moves.
Much better predictions, yeah.
Yeah.
You can model scenarios, weigh trade-offs, make data-driven calls on being the first mover or refining an existing idea.
Give me an example.
Okay. Predictive analytics within a stage gate process could help a first mover rigorously forecast the risks of their pioneering idea.
Wow.
While NLP-driven competitor benchmarking could help a fast follower spot vulnerabilities in the first mover's product, guiding them to make precise, maybe market-winning refinements.
And those digital twins and real-time analytics let you simulate scenarios, optimize timing. It really does sound like a business crystal ball.
A data-powered one, yeah. And we see this strategic fit play out. Think about first movers like Tesla.
Right. EV.
They used tech road mapping, predictive modeling to really establish dominance. They anticipated infrastructure needs, regulations, adoption curves way before most rivals even saw electric cars as viable.
And a fast follower example.
Samsung in smartphones is a classic. They used structured stage gate, systematic competitor benchmarking to rapidly follow Apple's innovations.
They didn't invent the smartphone, but they jumped in strong.
Exactly. They analyzed Apple's early moves, used predictive analytics for consumer preferences, and launched competitive products fast, grabbing huge market share without taking all the initial pioneering risks. They learned and refined.
So just to quickly compare them, TRIZ is for solving those tough technical paradoxes, right? Inventing your way out.
Yep. StageGate is about managing the whole journey of the idea, concept to market, keeping it viable.
And road mapping is the long-term strategic GPS, plotting your whole tech future.
That's a good summary. They work together but serve distinct roles.
Okay, let's shift gears a bit. AI. You've mentioned it a few times, but our source positions it as truly the new frontier of creativity and design.
It really does. The idea is that creativity now is this blend, human insight combined with algorithmic precision. It's accelerating ideation, prototyping like nothing before.
And generative design is a prime example.
Definitely. This is where AI and computational modeling automatically create tons of design solutions based on constraints you set, cost, weight, strength, environmental impact.
So the AI explores possibilities humans just couldn't.
Exactly. Thousands, even millions of variations. The source mentions General Motors using it for seat brackets, making them lighter and stronger by exploring these totally novel AI-generated forms.
Wow. That must boost strategic agility enormously.
Yeah.
Testing multiple paths at once.
It does. It's like having this tireless design studio generating ideas constantly, and it changes the human designer's role. They become more like curators. They set the goals, define the constraints, guide the AI's iterations, rather than handcrafting every single detail. It's a partnership.
And machine creativity isn't just product design, right? It's content too.
Oh, yeah. Generative AI tools, think ChatGPT for text, DALE or Midjourney for images, Runway ML for video, they can produce all sorts of creative outputs.
Accelerating ideation for marketing, branding, user experience.
Absolutely. Strategically, marketing teams can rapidly prototype personalized ad campaigns. Netflix uses similar AI to dynamically curate content suggestions for you, boosting engagement. Leaders become orchestrators of these intelligent systems.
And personalization engines take it further, adapting in real time.
Yeah, AI constantly analyzes user behavior to dynamically tweak products and experiences as you use them.
Creating better customer experiences like the Yes, which became part of Pinterest, personalizing fashion recommendations.
Exactly. That level of personalization builds huge competitive differentiation. And it gives firms incredible strategic flexibility. They can respond almost instantly to shifting tastes. Think adaptive patient monitoring in healthcare, personalizing care based on real-time data.
That's amazing. The strategic implications sound profound, especially for finding new markets. That blue ocean discovery idea.
Right. Traditionally, a blue ocean strategy, finding uncontested market space, relied a lot on human intuition. It could be slow, subjective.
But AI changes that.
AI-augmented blue ocean strategy uses systematic algorithmic discovery. Predictive analytics, crunching massive data sets, can pinpoint emerging or overlooked opportunities with actual quantitative backing.
Like Amazon getting into cloud computing early, guided by AI market analysis.
That's a great example. Or fintech startups finding underserved niches by analyzing transaction data that no human team could possibly process.
So it provides systematic foresight, makes market entry less risky because it's validated by data. That crystal ball again.
Pretty much. And just to quickly recap some of those AI tools from the source.
Go ahead.
ChatGPT for text, great for ideation, personalization, maybe drafting product descriptions.
Muddle ARLE, Midjourney for images, good for branding, ads, visualizing concepts quickly.
Runway ML for video helps with storytelling, pitch decks, prototyping, marketing animations.
And generative design for 3D models, physical products, key for R&D, like those lightweight parts.
Right. They each have their strategic function in this new creative landscape.
Okay, this leads nicely into forecasting the future. In today's world, with tech changing so fast, accurate forecasting isn't just nice, it's strategically essential.
Absolutely. It means systematically anticipating trends, disruptions. It's not gazing into a crystal ball, it's structured analysis.
And the payoff is competitive advantage. Getting into markets early, setting standards.
Yes, and reducing uncertainty. mapping out those tech trajectories, boosted by predictive analytics, machine learning, pattern analysis. It's also a platform for continuous learning. You track how accurate your forecasts were, refine your models.
We talked about technology road mapping as a key tool here, that visual plan aligning strategy and tech timelines.
Right, it's your long-term vision board, backed by data. Crucially, it helps anticipate and manage disruptions, flagging threats and opportunities. Companies like Intel, Samsung have used sophisticated roadmaps for decades.
But beyond road mapping, there's this idea of scanning for weak signals. What's that about?
It's about systematically detecting those early, subtle hints of major change before they become obvious.
How do you even do that?
Through continuous horizon scanning, analyzing academic papers, patent filings, startup funding announcements, regulatory shifts, even small changes in customer behavior online.
Stuff that might seem minor on its own.
Exactly. And advanced analytics, like NLP and AI foresight platforms, are huge here. They scan unbelievable amounts of data, algorithmically spotting patterns humans would likely miss.
Like pharma companies using NLP on medical literature to find early clues for new drugs.
Perfect example. Or tech firms spotting niche startup investments that signal a future market shift years down the line.
Okay. And then there's scenario planning. Not just one prediction, but multiple possible futures.
Right. Instead of betting on a single forecast, you model several plausible scenarios. Like a car company planning for autonomous vehicles, they'd model scenarios for rapid adoption, but also for regulatory roadblocks or public backlash.
So it prepares you for different eventualities, builds flexibility.
Precisely. Systematic contingency planning. It develops strategies that are robust no matter which future unfolds. And again, predictive analytics and digital twins make these scenarios more accurate, letting you update them as new data comes in.
But forecasting isn't foolproof. What about the cost of getting it wrong? Clayton Christensen's disruptive innovation theory comes to mind.
It's highly relevant. His theory highlights how established leaders often fail because they dismiss emerging technologies that initially look inferior or serve only a small niche.
Kodak is the classic cautionary tale, right? Underestimating digital photography.
The classic. They had the tech internally, but their forecasting and strategic commitment weren't there. They underestimated how quickly digital would improve and take over. Massive disruption.
And Blockbuster, failing to forecast streaming. Ouch.
Yeah, their strategic blind spot allowed Netflix, initially just mailing DVDs, to completely upend the entire home entertainment industry.
Whereas Netflix is the success story because they used forecasting.
Exactly. They used sophisticated predictive analytics, scenario modeling, to see the potential of streaming early and pivot decisively. They secured market leadership because they anticipated the disruption.
These examples really hammer home why systematic STEM-enhanced forecasting is so vital, avoiding those devastating blind spots.
It's a strategic imperative now. And just to quickly compare those forecasting tools.
Oh, do it.
Technology road mapping, visual alignment of tech and market trends for long-term planning. Your future blueprint.
Horizon scanning. Systematically finding those weak signals. Your early warning system.
Scenario planning. Modeling plausible futures to build strategic flexibility. Preparing for uncertainty.
And predictive analytics. Applying data modeling for tactical forecasts. Getting data-backed answers on demand or adoption.
They all work together to paint a clearer picture of what's coming.
Okay, let's try and pull all these amazing concepts together. Our source has this great little micro case study about Zara's innovation forecast. Tell us about Zara.
Right. So Zara is the director of strategic innovation at this global logistics and retail analytics firm. Her team lands a big contract. Reimagine last-mile delivery for a major international retailer, specifically in Southeast Asia.
Which sounds incredibly complex. Dense cities, informal economies.
Hugely complex. Real-time consumer behavior all over the place. Traditional Western logistics models just wouldn't cut it. See, Zara's team wasn't just logisticians.
Who does she bring in?
A real cross-functional group. AI engineers, behavioral economists, urban planners. They approached it completely differently.
How did they start?
With that AI-driven blue ocean analysis we talked about, they fed real-time traffic data, weather patterns, consumer purchasing data into machine learning models.
To
Algorithmically identify unmet delivery needs and hidden micro-markets. They weren't guessing, they were using data to find that uncontested space.
Smart. And what about future disruption? How do they handle that?
Scenario modeling. They tested outcomes like, what if autonomous delivery vehicles take off? Or what if a carbon tax drastically changes transport costs?
Planning for different futures. Did they use TRZ?
They did. They ran TRZ workshops specifically to tackle the contradiction between sustainability making delivery greener and efficiency making it faster, finding solutions for both.
Okay, and the real kicker.
The turning point, according to the source, was using AI-driven simulations combined with sentiment analysis from social media
To predict what?
to forecast consumer acceptance of variable delivery pricing models based on demand, time of day, whatever. This allowed the client to build a dynamic, adaptive pricing structure right from the start.
Something unthinkable just using traditional methods.
Totally. In the end, Zara's team didn't just map out a new delivery strategy, they built a simulation engine for continuous, real-time adjustments. It's a perfect little snapshot of structured innovation fused with predictive foresight, creating ongoing advantage. It transformed a whole logistics chain.
That's a fantastic illustration, and really brings us towards the end of our deep dive today.
Yeah, it feels like we've covered a lot of ground.
We definitely have. So the big takeaway we hope you get from all this is that innovation, well, it's not a luxury anymore, is it? It's a strategic necessity, and it needs to be engineered with precision.
You now have, hopefully, a better understanding and maybe even a toolkit of methods, TRZ, stage gate, road mapping, AI tools, forecasting techniques that leading organizations are using. They're leveraging STEM, AI, and data to make innovation measurable, repeatable, and strategically focused.
We've seen how AI and these structured approaches can drive incredible results, really redefining creativity and strategic planning. But it leaves you thinking, doesn't it?
About what comes next.
Yeah. What fascinating new ideas or maybe unexpected challenges will pop up is human intuition, our own creativity, our ethical judgment has to constantly adapt. We're living in a world where algorithms can genuinely think and create in ways we're really only just starting to grasp.
It's a profound question. Where does human insight fit best when the machine can do so much?
Exactly. So, something for you to ponder. What's your next deep dive into this constantly evolving landscape going to be?